Aftermarket taillight replacements for the GX470 are almost non-existent, but fortunately, there's some pretty nice LED bulbs that you can use in your factory housings to enhance the appearance of your GX. Installation is really simple. Here's how to do it. The only tool that you will need is either a 10mm ratchet or a 10mm wrench. The GX470 toolkit comes with a 10mm wrench from the factory, so you're welcome to use that. Starting with the driver's side taillight, there are 2 bolts on the inside of the door that are holding the taillight to the truck. Start with removing these bolts. Next, take a flathead screwdriver and wrap it in either cloth or tape. There are 2 clips that are now holding the taillight to the truck, and you will need to use the screwdriver to pop them off. Their location under the taillights is indicated by these green arrows. Once that's done, you will need to pull back with considerable force straight back from the truck in order to free the taillight. Once that's done, there is a single wiring harness that can be easily unplugged, and you can free the taillight from the truck. For your convenience, here's an easier view of those clips I was referring to. Since this is the first time since 2009 when the truck was built that the taillight has ever been removed from the car, I used this opportunity to clean under the taillight where it wouldn't normally get cleaned. Turn the taillight housing over and you will see 2 taillight bulbs and 1 turn signal bulb. Turn these bulbs a quarter turn counterclockwise and they should slide right out. These LED replacement bulbs come from Auxito, and the package was destroyed by the mailman. I only have a pack of 2 LED taillights, so we're only going to replace 1 on each housing today. The bulb housing is made out of aluminum, and there's 12 LEDs all around the sides and 2 underneath the lens at the top. With 14 LEDs compared to the single filament in the halogen bulbs, these LEDs should be way brighter than the halogen bulbs that come from the factory. To remove the halogen bulb from the socket, simply grip the edges of it firmly and pull hard. It should come free pretty easily. Installing the new bulb is just as simple, and it doesn't matter which way you put it into the socket. Just push it in until it clicks and you're good to go. Insert the new bulb into the housing and turn it a quarter turn clockwise and it will lock into place. Reinstall the taillight onto the truck the same way that you removed it. First, reconnect the wiring harness to the taillight. Push it straight on from the back and line up the 2 clips on the side of the truck. Give the taillight a gentle tap to help line it up properly. Reinstall the 2 bolts and tighten them up. Next we'll move to the passenger side, which is a little more complicated because of the side hinged door. This time I'll be using a 10mm socket with a ratchet because it's just simply easier to reach these bolts. Same as before, remove the 2 bolts on the inside of the door. Then use your cloth-wrapped flathead screwdriver to unseat the clips on the inside of the taillight. The side hinge design of the back door means that it's a little bit finicky to try to get the taillight free from it. I eventually found that the easiest method was to hold the taillight in one hand and the door in the other and move them both at the same time in order to free the taillight from the body. Once you get the bolt bracket on the taillight free from the door, just disconnect the wiring harness, same as before, and you'll have a free taillight. Grab the bulbs that you want to replace and turn them a 1/4 degree counterclockwise in order to remove them from the housing. Pull the halogen bulbs free from their socket and replace them with your LED bulbs. Make sure that you push the LED bulbs in far enough to hear the click. Reinsert the sockets into the tail light housing and turn them a 1/4 turn to the right. Now we're ready to reinstall the tail lights. Start with plugging in the wiring harness and then fit the bolt brackets past the door in order to line them up properly. Make sure that the 2 clips on the outside line up and then give the taillight a good whack and it should seat itself into place. Reinstall your 2 bolts and you're done changing your taillights. Finally, test your taillights to make sure that they're all plugged in and they all work properly. Make sure to put your foot on the brake so you can test whether the brake lights versus the running lights both work. Here you can see the stark difference that the LED makes versus the halogen bulb. The LED is so much brighter and way more responsive, and in a panic braking situation, even milliseconds can mean the difference of somebody running into the back of you and stopping in time.